All right.
We're live.
Hey, it's Chris, Homestead and Hardwood. And I've had a couple of viewers tell me I need to do this. Uh, we're P&F Farms in North Carolina. And we raise hogs, poultry, and produce, and to some extent, sooner cow dogs. And I kind of sort of have to make a little bit of money doing it. We can't afford hobbies. And the term homesteader gets misused a whole lot, but we're a small family farm. Might be a better way to put it. And something, I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. The first thing is we've had a bad year. And if you're trying to do this kind of stuff, you're going to have bad years. Probably more of them than you have good years. I don't remember exactly. It seems like when I was growing up, it said you only made a profit farming about every 2 years out of every 7. If you lost money 3, broke even 2, and made a profit on 2. But usually the year you make a profit is pretty good profit, kind of carries you through the rest of it. But we've had a bad year. I've been sick for most of the summer, spent most of the summer in the hospital. It hasn't rained. The entire corn crop in the whole county's failed. I don't think there's a decent ear of corn in the whole county. Soybeans doing pretty good, but as far as corn and other grain, it just didn't do. No water. And that's going to make it a worse year because it's going to make the price of feed skyrocket. We make most of our own feed. And it's the only way we can stay going. If I had to buy every bit we fed, I couldn't do it. We have a hammer mill and a mixer. We make our own feed. It makes a big difference. But what I want you to understand, and the point of this video, which at the end of the video, for the people that want to know, I'll go into what's going on with my health. But, you know, for just people wanting the farm knowledge, I figure you can skip it, you know. But you're going to have bad years. You're going to have livestock die. You're going to have gardens fail. It's going to happen. You're going to have equipment break down. It's just a fact of life. But to be able to do this, you got to have a certain level of dedication. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, and I'm not going to say you need to be like me, but I was laying in the hospital with an expiration date. They didn't think I was going to make it. And all I was worried about was, were my youngins going to keep the hogs going? Were they going to get the ground ready? We had to plant coppers. Have winter coppers to sell. And maybe that mindset's a little extreme, but it's the one most farmers have. And whether you call yourself a homesteader or a farmer or whatever, you're a farmer. If you're tending a crop to sell, that's professional, you're a farmer. If you're raising an animal to sell, you're a farmer. People get caught up in terminology a whole lot. But you're going to have bad years. This year has been just as bad as it could possibly be. Fuel's outrageous. You can't afford fertilizer. We don't use much chemical, but we do use some. You can't afford it. The price is gone up 10 times. But that's just life. That happens. You're going to have to deal with it. You can't get discouraged. You just going to have to deal with it. But I'll tell you something else. You need to deal with it the right way. If you have problems, you need to approach them in a manner where you can fix them. Now, I see a whole lot, and I see it on Facebook a lot. In fact, I think I'm going to stop looking at Facebook. There's more ignorance up there than me. I just don't understand. And what really kills me is I'm smart enough not to even get in the fire, right? You know, I ain't going to try to offer nobody no advice. I mean, I just ain't going to do it. I ain't going to deal with it. But you can have 900 comments on a post, and there'll be two people in there that knew what they were talking about. And the other 898 will jump, or 998 will jump all over them. They're idiots. They don't. But there'll be two that know what they're talking about, but nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. Uh, the truth is, there's not an organic solution to most problems. We tried being an organic farm for a few years. That didn't work. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You can take a box of organic tomatoes that took 3 times the money and 5 times the labor to produce, and put them up here on the shelf beside a box of hothouse tomatoes that somebody went to the wholesale place and bought from Florida. And I guarantee you they're going to buy the Florida tomatoes every time. Because organic usually equals ugly. Usually equals some bug bites, a whole lot higher price. People just aren't willing to do it. For the most part, people aren't willing. We talked about money on the homestead a whole lot. It's been my main topic. And there's a reason for that. It's going to be your biggest holdup. It's hard to make a profit. The smaller you are, the worse it gets. Now, your location, area makes a big difference. There are places that you can tend a little truck garden and raise a few chickens, and you got a market. You're close enough to a big town. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, and everybody's got chickens. We can't sell eggs. We can't sell produce locally, really. Anything besides bell pepper. People must have a little bit of trouble growing it, so we sell some of that. But like right now, we're getting 2 5-gallon buckets of okra a day. There ain't much of a market for okra. Every once in a while, you catch somebody gonna can pickle some, might buy a bucket full. But there ain't a lot of money in it. And you've got to really watch your input cost and watch your output cost. Watch your input cost and see what's coming in. But the main story here is just not to get discouraged. I know it's easy. I have people email me and call me constantly. Pigs won't breed. Sow lost her pigs. Cow lost a calf. Cow got sick and died. That's just life. It happens. If you go into this expecting smooth sailing and everything's gonna go perfect, you're gonna get bitterly disappointed. And something else too, and this is the main thing here. Quit looking to shortcuts. Quit assuming there's got to be an easier way to do it. Put the work into it. If you want a clean garden, you're gonna have to weed it. You're gonna have to spray. You're gonna have to burn weeds. You're gonna have to chop. You're gonna have to mulch. You're gonna have to do something. And depending on where you're at, one of those things is gonna work better than the other. And we put out a bunch of videos, and I try to tell people this, but they will not listen. There's no shortcuts. There's no easy way. The easy way, most of the time, you don't get a good result. The best looking pumpkins you're ever going to have are going to volunteer on a manure pile, but that's just the exception to the rule. We're not really that big, and there's really not that much work here. People think there is, but in reality, you can do what we do in probably 10, 15 hours a week. Because I do this, and I did run a shop. I don't think health-wise I'm going to be able to do that anymore. But I just want you to stay encouraged. Things are going to go wrong. This year's bad. It's bad for everybody. But things are going to get better. Next year will be better. That's the farmer's motto. I always remember that. Now, for my normal viewers that are probably wondering what in the world is going on. We're going to switch gears here and talk about my health for a minute. About a year ago or so, I don't remember exactly when, I had a pacemaker put in. I'm in a full heart block. My heart will not work without it. I have no signal to my heart. I don't have blockages. I just don't have an electrical signal to my heart for it to work. It's genetic, runs in my family. Should have known it was going to happen, but it didn't. You know, I assumed it was going to skip me. Well, they put a pacemaker in. And apparently they put a little bit of staph infection in there with it. And for the last year, I've complained to the doctor the pacemaker hurt. It felt like it was moving when I moved my arm. If my wife laid her head on my chest at night, we were asleep, it hurt. And I complained to the doctor and they blew it off. Well, then about 2 months ago, we don't know exactly why I fell one day. It might have had something to do with it. Might have busted a pocket, but I went septic. I had an antibiotic-resistant staph infection. I went fully septic. And something I've had trouble explaining to people is I felt like I was going to die every day for the last 2 or 3 years. It was all I could do to go. Had to make yourself go. So you can get really sick like that and not notice. It's hard to tell when you get sicker, you know. So I let it go too long, and I was just about gone when I finally went to the hospital. Well, then my kidneys shut down. Well, with congestive heart failure, you can't live without your kidneys. Dialysis won't do you any good. They didn't bother to tell me that, so we spent a few weeks scared if I was going to be on dialysis. And of course, I had antibiotics had to be pumped in me 3 times a day. IV at the hospital. And the place kind of went to nothing around here. Trevor was doing everything he could do, but he works a job. He's got all them chickens to look after down there. He's as loaded down with chickens as we are with hogs and stuff. So, I mean, he's got plenty to do. I had friends and neighbors coming up here doing everything they could do. But they just can't keep it up like you can. And that's something I've tried to tell people in videos about leaving home. You can't. If you're going to do this, you got to stay here and do it. You can't do it from the beach. But I appear to be better now. My kidneys went back to working, which is kind of, you know, everybody was praying for me. I want to really thank you because I literally went from kidney shut down, possibly 2 weeks to live, to getting better in a day. I don't remember what day it was, but say on Tuesday, it was looking mighty bleak. I'm telling everybody where everybody's going to go. You know, I want you to have this, I want you to have that, I want to make sure y'all do this. And my kidneys are back working, I'm probably going to be fine in a day. But it was scary, and it was a whole lot to deal with. And that's kind of where we're at now. The nurse is supposed to be on her way now to take this pig iron out, which will be a blessing. I'm so tired of this thing. But that's why I haven't been making videos, why you haven't heard much out of me. Mentally, I got in a pretty bad place, which is one of the reasons why I want to do this video, to make sure everybody else stays encouraged. Your mindset has a whole lot to do with what you can accomplish. If you can keep a good mindset and stay in a good place mentally, and just accept the fact that, you know, stuff's going to go wrong, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You just got to make do and work around it. You'll be ahead of the game. But anyway, I think that's about all we can cover. Just remember, y'all can do all this stuff. I mean, everything you see me do, you can do. Shoot, especially now. If I can manage to do it with a bad heart and not really any help, to be sure, you know, y'all can do it. But just remember, you never plow a field and turn it over in your mind. And I appreciate you watching. And I don't usually ask this, but I'm going to be very honest. We are broke as a concrete. We've run through all the money we've had. And YouTube don't pay very well, but it does pay a little bit. And we're in a situation where every dime counts. Now, you know, we don't do this channel for the money. If we did, we'd do it a whole lot different. If I was doing it for the money, we'd be seeing Bigfoot or something out here, you know. I wouldn't be telling you how to try to make money from it if we were doing this to make a living, you know, making money off the video. But kind of share these around a little bit and see if y'all can't help me out. You know, we normally don't even ask people to subscribe. I don't normally ask people to share. I don't normally ask people to do anything. Not since the very first videos we did. But it might would help me out a little bit if you do. So if you think we can help other people, kind of spread this stuff around a little bit. Like I said, it might help. Anyway, I appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you later.